lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, nah, unlikely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a f***ing name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste it, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate it, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste it, you can try me. If you wanna hate this, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste it, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate it, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself.
Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to Aussie True Crime. I'm just going to bring Mac J up. How are we?
Good.
Thank you for 10 months. That's scary. That means I've been monetized for 10 months. Because I know Spirit Time was one of my first. So today we want to talk about a case that has been going on here in Australia for probably about 3 weeks now. Me and Mac J have been keeping our eye on it, and we've been posting bits and pieces in our Facebook page, but we thought let's do a live and talk about it, go through the timeline and show some interesting stuff that we found as well. So I do have a presentation I'm going to bring up. So it's Samantha Murphy. She went missing on the 4th of February. So I know in America it's a bit different, but in Australia we're at the 28th. So she's been missing for 24 days now. This is her missing poster that they have out. I mean, it just goes through that she was last seen in Ballarat East in Victoria. So Ballarat is probably about an hour and a half's drive from Melbourne.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And of course, they are asking if you have any information to call Crime Stoppers. And I do have that number also going across the bottom as well. So Samantha Murphy was 51-year-old Australian woman. She resides with her husband, Michael, but he goes by Mick Murphy, in Ballarat. And it's a large rural city in Central Highlands of Victoria. Samantha is a mother of 3. She and her husband run a small business located near the family home, and Samantha is described as a Caucasian woman. I can't even read the bottom of the things up now. Approximately. Well, I know she's 173 centimeters, and she's got shoulder-length blonde hair.
And she was a runner, so she's slim in build as well, I think is what it said.
Yeah. So, and this is the thing that me and Mac J were just talking about. Things you're going to notice is, yes, she was a runner. She was used to the area. She used to run in the area all the time. Also, at the time when she went missing, we do know that she had an Apple Watch on. That's just what we were talking about then, because one thing you'll find is that the police have not commented a lot on the data of her phone. And there's been no data come out about the Apple Watch that we know of at the moment. Now, I wear an Apple Watch all the time. Do you know what I mean? It's always on me. So I know myself. They have a lot of recordings. If I even walk to the shop, it records it. Do you know what I mean? It will beep at me to record it. Her being a runner, she would have had all of those apps open, and do you know what I mean? They would have all been recording. So it's one thing I found really strange that we've not got any evidence coming out of the Apple Watch.
Oh, is it possible? Like, I don't own an Apple Watch. I know bugger all about them, but I just want to ask you a question. Would the Apple Watch record basically if she was, say, how to put it, like, really like hit with blunt force trauma or something like that? Like, would that like record the body's response to it, you think?
It would, because they actually have one, like if I fall down, and it depends on what model it is as well. Like I have the latest because I got mine for Christmas, but my one has something in it that if I actually fall down or something like that, it will alert my emergency contacts. So, do you know what I mean? If I had a seizure or I had a fall or something, even if you're in a car crash, they can now monitor it and send. They call 000 if I'm in a car crash and will contact my emergency contacts without you even doing anything. So if she had the latest, do you mean being a runner, I'm assuming she would have had it updated and probably did have one of the latest watches. I think the last 2 generations have those facilities to be able to do that. So, and that's another thing. Yeah, if she fell, why haven't they got data from that as well? Hey, beautiful Kaz, how are you, my darling? It's good to see you. Beautiful Julie, how are you? So this was just a picture of their home. Do you know what I mean? They were in quite a well-off area. You can see the police car there as well.
Yep. Was that taken the day they took stuff out of the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So on Saturday, the 3rd of February, 2024, Samantha had dinner with her husband and some mutual friends at their home. During the dinner, Samantha said that she had been regularly walking and running in the local bushland and planned to run 14 kilometres the next day. Samantha was captured by CCTV footage, captured by a CCTV camera the following morning on Sunday, the 4th of February 2024, at approximately 7 a.m. in the driveway of her home. Dressed in a brown singlet, black leggings, Samantha was due to attend a family, and I can't. That's really annoying me now.
Family event.
Yeah.
A family event at 11 a.m. that morning. After she failed to attend, her husband contacted police to report her missing. Were you not able to see that part?
No, I've got the little play button across mine, so it's not showing me the last 2 lines.
Okay, you just tell me where you need me to read it, because you can't see it because of the play button, and I can do it if you want.
It's annoying. It's like the last 2 lines of everything. I'm going to have to remember that when I do them in future. So this is the last CCTV footage. This one was taken in her driveway. We are going to talk about another one soon that they pull up, but we do find out that that wasn't her. So this was the last actual photo taken of her. And it was of the morning that she disappeared. So this is exactly what she was wearing, what she looked like when she went missing. As we said, you can see the Apple Watch on her arm there. You'll also notice that she's picking up dog poop. And that's another thing that comes important, because she did have a dog, Ruby. And she was very, very close to this dog now. She spent every moment with this dog. We'll talk about later when it goes missing. And
that was suspicious.
But anyway, she was really close to her dog. So this was the last photo of her in her driveway. The thing I kind of get it, because Australian laws suck, and I've said it many times that we don't get the things that Americans get. So if it was in America, you would have all the CCTV footage and you'd be able to see it. All we get is this grainy picture. We don't get the CCTV. They've not let it out. And it makes me wonder why, because we could see what way she was running, what way she left. No, we just get a picture.
Could it be because there's suspect info there, maybe? Like,
it's just Australia. They give us nothing.
True.
Australian laws suck.
Oh, they do. They do.
So Miss Murphy's uncle and aunt, Alan and Joyce Robinson, told the Daily Mail that their niece's husband, Mick, so as I said, his name's Michael, but he goes by Mick, made the call to the police himself 2 hours after she had failed to return home at 9 a.m. on February the 4th. Samantha was reported missing at about 11 a.m. Mick said she was supposed to be back to go to some sort of meeting that morning. After that, they started looking out the other side of the Byingwong, which is about 20 or 30 kilometres. So it's a state forest that is just outside of Ballarat, but it's near their home. So 20, 30 kilometres away from their home. That's where she was apparently supposed to be running. So this is just another photo of Mick and Samantha. The people have been, I think that's their children. Her children are in teen years up to 20. So do you mean they are teenagers? They're not young, but nevertheless, they're still quite affected. So moving into an actual timeline, 7:16, she is captured on a neighbour's CCTV footage wearing the brown singlet and the black half-length leggings. 11 a.m, Miss Murphy fails to show up at the planned brunch with the family, and she is reported to police as missing. So 7 o'clock, she went missing. She left the house. She was due to be back at the house by 9 so that she could shower or whatever she needed to do before she went to this family brunch. she didn't turn up. So by 11 o'clock is when her husband Mick called the police. Victorian police launched a public appeal to find Miss Murphy. A search area is established just outside the suburb of, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but Boingong. Again, it's about 14 kilometres
From
wait for the next slide. Again, that was just a photo of her. Where she was last seen, as well. Oh, hang on.
oh, I don't like that guy.
Hang on, where have I gone to? So we read that one. Yeah.
Yep.
My pause button wasn't working. And now I froze again. Hang on, I'll turn my camera off. I keep forgetting I've got to turn my camera off when there's it. No, I'm froze.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, I'm just froze up in my picture, so my video actually has froze as well.
Oh.
I'm going to have to... I don't know. Was that gone down? Hi, beautiful Tabby. How are you, my darling? I would bring your message up, but I can't because I'm stopped at the moment. Just chat for a minute. I'm just going to refresh the StreamYard and see if that works.
Okay, no worries.
So I might drop off.
Okay, gotcha. More truth for the missing. Hi, more truth for the missing. We're just having a minor issue. So, what do you guys think happened to Samantha? Do you think it was the husband? Do you think it was a stranger? Do you think she came to an accident? What do you guys think? Hi, more truth for the missing. Hi, Kaz. Hi, Julie. Hi, Spirit Time. This case is really, it's getting to me. I don't know if anyone followed Murdo, the American case, given sort of vibes there because they own this business. And I don't want to spoil the rest of Ozzy's presentation, but yeah, I mean, the guy even looks as suspicious as Murdo. Yeah, no, I just, there's more coming. So when Ozzy gets back, she'll show you what I mean about the business. Seems strange for someone to disappear at that time of the day. Yes, very strange, Kaz. Very strange, and it gets stranger when you get to the husband's phone data. But did you put the thing about the husband's phone data on the presentation?
I don't know.
Okay.
If I haven't, I will talk about it at the end.
Yeah, I just, Kaz had a, yeah, I would just ask the chat what they think, and Kaz said it was strange for someone to disappear at that time of the day. And I just said this.
It gives me the same vibes as, what was the other one we done? Rachel Moran.
Yes.
on the trails. Do you know what I mean? It's just all those vibes again.
I get
so
Birdo vibes after like the business side of things, you know.
And the thing is, on this trail, we'll go into it at the end, there was another lady that I think it was a year earlier was attacked on the same trail, Sissy. I'll see if I can find a picture. She survived it and came out, but she was fairly beat up, and it was on the same trail that Miss Murphy went missing on.
Did they ever catch who that was?
No. And it was the same area. And there's also a person that reported they seen her the day before, and they also seen a strange person around the area. So we'll go through that as well. I think it was the next slide we were up to. I'm just trying to let it play through. So that was the last picture of her. So where Miss Murphy was last seen, as well near the home, police revealed that Miss Murphy's mobile phone had pinged in this Banyong area. So Banyong was a suburb next to where they lived. I mean, a lot of our towns are sort of, you've got the town and then you've got like all the little suburbs inside it.
Yep.
So thank you so much, Tabby. 7 months. So yeah, and I don't know if I have it in here, but there is another article, and trust me, we've had like 2-3 articles of this coming out a day. So I've tried to condense as much of the articles into one. But in one of the articles that I have read was that the husband's phone pinged in this Banyong area where Samantha's did. But his phone pinged in the afternoon, and they have her ping in the afternoon from about 5 p.m. So it just leaves questions in your mind. Do you know what I mean? If she went missing at 9 o'clock in the morning, why is his phone and her phone both pinging at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the same suburb? So I don't know. It just leaves questions.
It does.
It does seem very.
Haz's comment, the last comment from Kaz.
I haven't been following this much with the couple from Sydney disappeared, and their bodies have since been found not far from. Oh my God, I was looking at that case too. It was the next one I was going to do, the gay couple. Isn't it a police officer? Didn't they arrest a police officer for that?
I think so. Yes. It sounds like that is the one.
Yeah. It's probably the next one we're going to have to cover because there's so much coming out on that one too. But that's scary that it's so close to you. So Tuesday, February 6th, Miss Murphy's husband Mick tells the media that he's not too bad under the circumstances. He was pictured speaking with the police as the desperate search continued. The search extended to more than 100 specialised police officers, SES crews, and teams from the Forest Fire Management Australia and Parks Victoria. Now, on top of that, I also know that there are a lot of locals out there looking because police have just been stopping the search. They're not, do you mean they just stopped looking? So there is a lot of locals, even today, still out searching the areas because they just don't want to give up. They don't, do you mean the police are telling them to stop, but they just want to keep going.
Yep.
And I know that they're also, because, as I said, it's not far from me, They're also dealing with fires there at the moment as well. So parts
Oh,
of Ballarat, because of the heat, there's been a lot of bushfires. So that has been slowing them down as well. And that's probably why the fire management's in there as well.
well, I think it's a good idea the volunteers are still going because, there might be evidence still there that can be found before a bushfire destroys it.
Exactly. So this is the husband, Mick.
Ugh.
Looks pretty happy for having his wife missing, isn't he?
Yeah. Was there life insurance?
I don't know. That's one thing I don't know. But being as well off as they are, I'd probably say there would be.
Ugh.
And I've seen a couple of photos of Mick in different articles, and this smile is the same smile he's had on in most of his photos. I know if it was my partner, I would be devastated. I definitely wouldn't be walking around smiling and happy with myself. I also know that he has locked his gate, like as I showed you the house earlier. He has locked the gate from reporters. Do you know what I mean? They've had fingers being stuck up from windows. So they're definitely not cooperating. They might be with the police, but they're definitely not with social media.
Mm-hmm.
So Wednesday, February 8th at 12:30, a search party for possible evidence near a walking trail in the Wucammam Regional Park. At 1:45, Mick turns up at the cordoned off scene in this regional park. I'm not going to say the words, I'm just going to cover it again. And appeared visually stunned as he was turned away by officers. Police said that the items found in bushland were not related to her whereabouts. Police later released what they initially thought was the CCTV footage of Miss Murphy leaving her property and heading off in the northeasterly direction towards Yankee Flat Road near the intersection of Warren Help Road. So we had the first bit of footage, what was where we got the photo from, that was from the driveway. Then there was a neighbour who came up with a bit of footage and gave it to police, what they thought was her. But we later found out that someone came forward and said that was them. So it wasn't Samantha. So that footage they're talking about now was then ruled out because it was someone else running. And I think I have a photo of it. It's from a distance. So here it is. Again, Australia sucks and we don't actually get the CCTV footage. We only get grainy photos. So you can see down the end of the gate. Do you mean there's a person walking past or running past? But this is the photo that was taken. Spirit time, who are you going to haunt?
I think he means the husband, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I just read that he's going to haunt someone. Please don't haunt people in my chat.
That husband, I'm sorry. Every time I see a picture on it, he gives that vibe, that like ants crawling on your skin vibe, like just looking at them. Oh, yuck.
I think the next one I did a bit closer up. Yeah. So as you can see, it's not a very good picture. You can't tell who it is. Obviously the person who came forward, me. You're going to haunt me. Okay. But that was just a close up of the picture just to show you. Do you mean it was someone there, but you can't really tell who?
Yeah, it's a bit. Even if.
Thanks, Abby. Thursday afternoon, February 8th, the runner came forward to reveal that she was the person seen in the CCTV footage, ruling out what was their key line of inquiry at the time. Friday, February 9th, Victorian Police ramp up the efforts with the arrival of officers from the Missing Persons Unit. Saturday, February 10th, investigations scale back the search and say that the full-scale search will only resume if fresh evidence emerges. Now, I found this personally really weird because we're 6 days into it. So for the first 6 days, there was a lot of searches going from the police, SES, everyone that they mentioned. They handed it over to Missing Persons Unit Australia, and everyone steps back, or the searches stopped, or not the local searches, because as I said, the locals are still out looking, but all the police, the SES, everyone else just stood back and gave it to Missing Persons. What I thought was ridiculous.
I have a theory. I believe on Saturday is when they unofficially realized that she was unalive, but they can't say it yet.
Yeah.
Like they might not have a body, but maybe from the data they've like the phone watch data, they've realized, oh, she's gone, so let's just scale back. But they don't want to tip the killer. Oh, unalive. Forget you heard that, YouTube.
Yeah, they've definitely got something that they're not telling us, because 6 days late, even when we had, who was it, Cleo, missing. Do you know what I mean? She was found 14 days after, but for those whole 14 days, they were still searching. Do you know what I mean? Yep. Searchers don't usually stop within the first week unless they've got something that they're not telling us that's telling them different. And at this time, they still didn't have the phone data either. So, and I guess they've ruled out that she might have hurt herself, do you know what I mean, fallen over or something, and just been on a trail. So, and we do got to say Ballarat is full of mine shafts all around the area. It's I will show you some of the areas, but there is like a lot of mine shafts out there, a lot of bushland. It's really dense around that area as well. So the 8th of February, they came out with their first police conference or update. So I'm going to play that for you so you can hear what they said. Hopefully it's loud enough.
I just wanted to reiterate, when the family do come out to give their statement, that there won't be any questions for the family. Thank you. Okay, my name's Acting Inspector Lisa McDougall. I'm the local area commander for the Ballarat Police Service Area. We're here today to talk about the investigation into missing person Samantha Murphy, who was last seen at 7 a.m. leaving her residence on Sunday morning, which was the 4th of February 2024. What we really want to appeal to everyone today for is footage that they may have from their residence or from their dash cam from that period of time after she left her residence. So that period of time that we would wish for those community members to look at their CCTV from their residence is from 7 a.m. on Sunday morning through till the hours of about 11 a.m. We would like the community to not make any decisions about what is or isn't relevant. Certainly if they find anything of interest on the footage, we'd like them to let police know that, and the most efficient way to let police know what they've found is via Crime Stoppers. You can reach out to Crime Stoppers via their phone number, or you can go online and register the information online, and that will come directly through to investigators. Today we have continued the ground search in relation to Samantha. We have 40 resources on the ground at the moment, and they are both VicPol resources and CFA and SES, so our partner agencies are assisting us greatly with the search. We have used various assets internally, so that includes things like Mounted Branch over the last few days, our search and rescue. We've also had Polair up assisting us with the search, and today we also have some drones up assisting us with that search, so that's ongoing for today. That's really, for me, that's where we're at, and we're going to continue to search, and we're keeping an open mind and considering all possibilities, and we're being extremely thorough and methodical with that investigation.
It's been 5 days now since Samantha went missing. How confident are
That noise is coming from the video too, so I do apologise for the car sounds, but it's from their side. So I can't
Sounds like
stop it.
mining cars, like, you know, the trucks, the huge trucks.
Yeah, if you watch the glass, you can see some of them going past, but yeah, I didn't want people to think that I'm doing that noise. That's the recording.
police that should be found?
Yeah, we're keeping an open mind and we're hopeful. So that search is ongoing and we're throwing all those resources at it in the hope that we find Samantha and get some answers for her family, who are obviously concerned. And yeah, hence the reason I'm here asking for the community's assistance so that they can provide that information to us that might be crucial to that investigation.
Do police believe there are suspicious circumstances involved?
There are no suspicious circumstances that we've identified at this stage.
Beyond the CCTV that was released yesterday, have police been able to map out where Sam may have gone?
We have some information that we are utilising to direct our searching, and so I should mention that the particular areas of CCTV and dashcam footage that we're looking for are the areas of Ballarat East, Canadian and Mount Helen, and like I said, to the east of Main Road or Geelong Road in particular are areas of interest to investigators.
We've seen a lot of local community come out to help as part of this search. Have any of them been able to find information to help with your investigation?
Look, there's been a number of items located and raised with investigators, and those have been assessed. There hasn't been anything that has had a direct connection to the investigation at this point in time, but again, we appeal to the community. If something is of interest to you, raise it to investigators so that we can assess it to see its relevance to the investigation.
We've
Can
seen
you
a
confirm
huge...
why Buninyong was initially included in the search and then ultimately why it was ruled out?
So there was information provided to us that led us to that area and informed that aspect of the search.
Are you still collecting information from Sam's phone?
So again, that forms part of that information that I'm referring to.
We've seen a huge turnout from members of the community, a really heartwarming response. What would you say to those people who volunteer their time to help search for Sam?
Well, sincere thank you to everyone in the community. It has been really heartwarming. As a community member myself, it's great to see everyone's concern and obvious concern, as we all are.
Hey,
I just said she's not good at this. She seems nervy messed.
yeah.
And we really thank them for the help, along with our partner agencies, remembering that SES is a volunteer agency, and their assistance has been gratefully received, as all the agencies that have assisted us with the search.
Yesterday there was a bit of confusion. Some community members we spoke to thought they weren't needed in the search anymore. Do police still really need them to be out and about searching? What else can they do to help?
So we're not going to officially register searches from the community. Unfortunately, we don't have the capacity to do that. We're not going to tell people not to search. So it's something they can assess of their own volition. There is some information at the front of the Buninyong police station. If they do wish to do that, it provides some guidance and some safety information to them.
You're not treating it as suspicious, but as a female who runs by herself, is there any concern for people in that area? Should people not be doing that at the moment?
I'm not going to say what people can and can't do. Okay, so I'm just going to say that at the moment there are no suspicious circumstances that have been identified. It's up to people to assess their safety and comfort levels.
Are any disused mine shafts factoring in the search at all?
Not at this point.
When you say not suspicious, is there anything in Sam's history that might indicate that she does not want to be found?
There's nothing I can comment on that at this time.
We've received reports that police are investigating her movements at a Ballarat hospitality venue prior to her disappearance. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, I don't have anything to provide comment on that.
Did anyone at all know exactly where she was planning to run, what trail she was going to use prior to her leaving on Sunday morning?
So I understand that Sam had a routine and that she did regularly go out walking and running in those areas, but we're not aware of the exact route.
Can we confirm that it was a run she went on? The family released a statement online last night that seemed to indicate it might have been a walk instead of a run.
Yeah, I think she was a recreational user of that area in general. So it may have been walking, it may have been running.
And that CCTV still released by police, that was from the morning.
At least they don't.
On that run? Just to confirm.
Is that the CCTV that shows her
From her home.
in her clothing? Yes, that is her.
And then she was seen running technically away from the forest in a northeasterly direction. So if that's the case, why is much of the search effort still in the forest?
Are you referring to the CCTV
Yeah.
that's been recently released? So that CCTV footage is being examined and analysed to see if there is relevance in it. We're still waiting on absolute confirmation that that is Sam.
In terms of earlier we did hear about that confirmation with the phone ping. Have you had any further pings or from her watch? Was she wearing her watch? Have you been able to track any of that?
Yeah, I won't comment on any of that particular detail, but I will say that that forms all of the investigation and the information that we're using to direct our search.
As time goes on, how desperate and dire does this search become?
Yeah, look, obviously we're still maintaining hope and we're still looking for all of the relevant information to help us find some answers for Sam's family.
Have police been able to rule out foul play at this stage?
So we're maintaining an open mind. So there's no suspicious circumstances that we've identified at this point in time.
Have her bank accounts been accessed or bank cards?
I won't go into the particulars of the investigation.
Obviously, we're about to talk to Mick, but can you tell us how the family are faring?
Yeah, so obviously, as any family would be, they're very concerned and they're very worried, and they are also really appreciative of the community assisting with this.
Can you talk through the scale of the police operation working in the background, particularly here at Ballarat West?
Yeah, so it is a large-scale operation. Obviously, everyone that's visible out on the ground can be seen by everyone, but that's supported behind the scenes, by having our structure in place to manage all of that.
And how long is the search expected to go for in its current form?
Yeah, that's going to be continually assessed.
Does the initial CCTV show anyone else leaving the house after Sam went on a run on Sunday morning?
I'm not going to make any further comment on that.
And can you give any rough idea of how much ground has been covered or searched in terms of this area?
I can just say it's been very comprehensive and an extensive search. There's been a huge amount of resources directed at it.
Has Samantha ever gone missing before?
No, not to our knowledge, no. And that's one of the reasons it's out of character for Samantha to go missing.
Who reported Sam missing to police?
It was her family members. Yep.
Does she have any mental health history of mental health issues?
Yeah, I won't go into that in this forum. Thanks.
Do you have a time on Sunday when she was reported missing?
So it was in the morning of Sunday.
And how does that 40 resources today compare to Tuesday and Wednesday's search?
Yeah, it's in along the similar lines. Yep.
Anything else?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Just give us a moment. So as I said, this one was on the 8th, so she had been missing for 4 days at this time. I can say by the time we get to the end of the timeline, what the police are thinking now is very different to that. I think her disappearance had something to do with the business her and her husband ran. That's what's coming up in the angel cards. I fully believe the husband has something to do with this. That's just in my opinion. Yeah. And how are you, Kitty Witty? Welcome. Okay, so the footage, the first CCTV footage of her in the house was her. That was the photo of her with the dog poo. The second one that they had of her running down by the fence, they've confirmed now wasn't her because the person came forward. Thank you so much, Kaz. Love having you all as members. If anyone else wants to join, the membership link is up the top. It's appreciated, but never request it. I think there's a bit more after this.
Is
You shouldn't show up there in the picture.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to message you.
They're coming.
Hi, Judo. Beautiful GEMD. How are you, my darling?
Afternoon, everybody.
So this is the father and the oldest daughter who's about to speak.
Just decided to do a press conference to help us with the search for Sam. We are overwhelmed by the help of the public and the community for what they way they've all formed together and come together as a unit to help us look for Sam and her disappearance. People just don't vanish into thin air. Someone's got to know something. Whether it be any little thing that you might think's relevant, just call the police, let them know. It'll give us a bit of peace of mind. We'll get some hope, someone, and we just like to, if you can respect our privacy as well at home, whatnot. If we've got something, we'll come out and say it, and you'll be advised by the police or by us if we need be. Thanks for your time, and let's say once again, hopefully someone's got something that they can remember or they've seen, and they can contact the authorities and put some light on the subject.
One thing I do want to put in though, I want you to notice the difference from the father speaking, or the husband, father/husband, to when the daughter speaks.
Yes.
And also, thanks very much for the people. The generosity throughout the community has been unbelievable. If we went to accept all the food that had wanted to cook for us and all that, we wouldn't have to go to the supermarket for 12 months. It's just really, really good. So thank you very much, everybody. We really, really do appreciate
Watch his hands.
Thank you. Yeah, yes.
Sorry, Jess, can we get you to step forward? Yeah, please. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm Sam's oldest daughter. Just on behalf of my dad and myself and my siblings, I'd just really like to thank our family and friends for just their continuous love and support. It's really helping us to get through and to keep us strong and to keep us motivated to keep looking and keep moving forward. Mum's a really strong woman and she's far too determined to give up this fight. I know she's out there somewhere, so if you could please continue to search for her, to give us something to work with, we'd really appreciate it. Mum, we love you so much and we miss you, and we need you at home with us. Please come home soon. I can't wait to see you, and to give you the biggest hug when I do, and to tell you off for giving us so much stress. I love you. Thank you all for our time. And please stop taking photos of us and coming to our house. It's really hard. I just want to be able to walk around my house and feel safe. and it's a bit hard at the moment. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Ozzy,
Yep.
see, the comment by Spirit Time.
Can I check? I can't. It's actually loud because you can hear the cameras and that in the background. It's just their microphones aren't as loud. Because when the cars go past and you can hear all the cameras, it's just the actual recording.
Did anyone else catch his hands? That this is only the second time I've watched this. Did you guys in chat see what he was doing with his hands as he was talking?
I can go back. He just gives me vibes all over. And the difference between him, he couldn't care less. It's just like, yep, we're here, we're talking about this, and the poor daughter is in tears.
Oh, night and day.
Yeah. My heart goes to her kids so much.
Oh, for sure.
My loved one was missing. I'd be a mess. Same. I think that's it of.
But you, yep.
So here it is again of him. So you'll be able to watch his hands in this one.
Everybody, decided to do a press conference to help us with the search for Sam. We overwhelmed by the help of the public and the community, the way they've all formed together and come together as a unit to help us look for Sam and her disappearance. People just don't vanish into thin air. Someone's
Happy
something. Whether it be any little thing that you might think's relevant, just call the police, let them know. It'll give us a bit of peace of mind.
You can definitely tell he's very nervous.
And
yeah,
just we just like to, if you can respect our privacy
he
as well.
keeps doing it.
If we've got something, we'll come out and say it, and you'll be advised.
Like he's agitated.
Thanks for your time, and so once again, hopefully someone's got something that they can remember or they've seen, and they can contact the authorities and put some light on the subject. And also, thanks very much for the people. The generosity throughout the community has been unbelievable. If we went to accept all the food that would want to be cooked for us and all that, we wouldn't have to go to the supermarket for 12 months. It's just really, really good. So thank you very much, everybody. We really, really do appreciate everything that everyone's doing. Thank you. Yeah, Jess.
Sorry, Jess, can we get you to step forward towards your mic, please? Thank you. Jess.
Hi. I'm Jess. I'm Sam's oldest daughter. Just on behalf of my dad and myself and my siblings, I'd just really like to thank our family and friends for just their continuous love and support. It's really helping us to get through and to keep us strong and to keep us motivated to keep looking and keep moving forward. Mum's a really strong woman and she's far too determined to give up this fight. I know she's out there somewhere, so if you could please continue to search for her, to give us something to work with, we'd really appreciate it. Mum, we love you so much and we miss you and we need you at home with us. Please come home soon. I can't wait to see you and to give you the biggest hug when I do and to tell you off for giving us so much stress. I love you. Thank you all for our time. And please stop taking photos of us and coming to our house. It's really hard. I just want to be able to walk around my house and feel safe. And it's a bit hard at the moment. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, welcome to our channel. Glad you're here for the first time. I heard him speak. I thought there's something so off with the way he pronounces some words, and why did Jess have to ask if she could speak? I don't think he wanted her to. No, I don't think he did either. And that's what I mean. It's so different between him speaking and the daughter. He is way too calm. So this one was on the 9th of February. What was another update that we got? As I said, for the first couple of days, we got heaps and then nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, good morning everyone. Thanks for coming. Just like to take this opportunity to thank the community in general, members of the public that have supported us with our ongoing search for our missing person, Samantha. It's been great, the support that we've received so far from the other agencies like SES and CFA that have been supporting the ongoing operation. The information flow from the community has been sensational. As we spoke about this morning, we've had Crime Command embedded with the investigation from the beginning, and I've got Detective Superintendent Mark Hatt here that can speak about the investigation side of the process. Just want to reaffirm that the search is ongoing for Samantha. It will continue, and yeah, I'll hand over to Mark.
Good morning everyone. I can confirm that this morning the Missing Persons Squad have taken over investigation primacy in relation to the disappearance of Samantha. I can also confirm that we have not identified any suspicious or sinister circumstances. However, we do hold significant concerns for Samantha's welfare at this stage, and that is growing as the days progress. I might just open up for any questions you might have.
Does that include the homicide detectives within your squad?
I can confirm that the homicide squad are not involved in this investigation at present.
Why is the Missing Persons Squad taken over?
The Missing Persons Squad have additional resources. They also have subject matter expertise in relation to missing persons, searches in rural areas, particularly bushland, and they also have access to specialist technical data and otherwise specialist services.
Will we see them out on the ground today?
You most certainly will. In the coming days you'll see additional detectives working around the area.
Will that be increased resources today?
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
Will there be increased resources today or the same?
There will certainly be additional detectives from Crime Command attending the Ballarat area today and in coming days.
Can you talk about the search effort and the areas that are being looked at today?
Yeah, search still, the focus of the search is around the Bunnyong area today. Previously we've worked pretty much through that Eureka Canadian State Forest area, and today we're focusing around the Bunnyong area.
Why have we moved further out from Mount Helen to Bunnyong?
We're in our 6th day of the operation. Covered a lot of area so far, so we're just expanding our search area.
Is it known whether or not Miss Murphy had a phone on her at the time of her disappearance?
Yeah, she did.
Is that mobile phone still part of the investigation?
Yeah, of course it is. Yep.
Are you allowed to share any of those details regarding the phone?
The only thing I can say in relation to that is that we're engaged with telecommunications technicians throughout and have been since day one. And that certainly formed an important part of our investigation.
Is it known whether or not she had a watch or a GPS tracking device on her wrist as well? With pictures in the CCTV that was shared earlier on.
Yeah, she had a watch and a phone with her when she went missing.
And has that data revealed anything about her whereabouts other than the ping on the initial stages of the investigation near the golf course?
We can't answer that at this stage. It's obviously an ongoing inquiry with our telecommunications technicians.
Do police believe she remains in the area?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say welcome to the new people.
Yes, welcome. So you'll hear there too, they're very cautious about talking about the ping. What I find another thing, they're keeping that close.
Yes, you're right, they are. Huh. I wonder why.
I do videos on different trails. If one of my mods could get Christine's link, you're welcome to share it in the chat. I know everyone here is always looking for something new to watch. So if not...
I don't think I can do it without going out of StreamYard.
At this stage,
No, one of the mods in
open.
chat.
We haven't received any information relating to her movements from the moment she left her home address on Sunday.
Is that concerning that 6 days on you still don't know really where she went?
We do hold significant concerns in relation to her welfare, particularly as the days go on.
Has there been any other CCTV or confirmation of where she went on this run?
At this stage, we have not had any other CCTV relating to her movements.
Are there any specialists involved to do with looking in mine shafts or dams?
Yeah, look, that's all part of our search at the moment. So we've had Victoria Police Search and Rescue Squad involved in the search from day one. So look, it's a challenging area and terrain that's within the area of search operation, and there's a lot of unused mines and some population in that area as well. There's also some really thick and rugged bush terrain.
Are you able to say, in regards to the missing persons squad, whether the way you guys...
Oh, that wind.
Does that involve going through Samantha Murphy's computer history? Does it come down now that you're talking to her friends and family to try to work out if there's any idea of why she may have disappeared?
Absolutely, that'll be a huge part of our investigation, digging into the background, working out Samantha's movements in the days leading up to her disappearance, and also the people that know her.
There have been reports that Samantha suffered from low blood pressure. Is that any truth in that? Did Samantha have any health concerns that you guys are aware of?
Look, she's physically and mentally a fit and strong woman.
Not the low blood pressure things.
Can you give us a sense of the area and the scale that's already been searched?
Don't make me come and get your
boot again.
Significant
area, and as I said, a lot of it is centred around that Canadian state forest area, stretching up towards sort of from Eureka down to Mount Helen, and now we're coming across the Runningham.
Do you encourage the public to continue searching as the weekend and the missing persons squad takes over?
Yeah, of course. Look, our search will be ongoing, and our commitment to locate Samantha is there. There's been a lot of community support. There's been some clear messaging from us about what the community needs to do if they want to get involved with the search. Just speaking about the community and how they can best support us. I spoke earlier about CCTV. You know, the remoteness of the areas that we're looking at. There's not a lot of CCTV, in residential or business premises. So dash cam footage is the one that we really need. A lot of people have dash cam footage in their cars these days.
Thank you so much, Toby.
Could review dash cam footage from last Sunday, the 4th of Feb. Any time from 7 in the morning onwards. Please, if you've got something, notify us.
Apologies to loop back to it, but you mentioned that you know that she had an Apple Watch or some device similar to that on her at the time. Can you allude to whether or not you were able to track that anywhere, or are those details allowed to be shared?
Yeah, we can't comment on that at this stage, and as I said earlier, we're still working through our expert telecommunications technicians to help us with that.
Are there any outstanding missing person reports in the area, or any other previous incidents that police may be possibly linked to this case?
I'm not aware of any such incidents at this stage.
Are you still looking for Samantha alive?
Yeah, we'll continue to search until we find her. So obviously we're in our 6th day of the search. As Mark spoke of earlier, our concerns heighten the longer the time goes.
The area that's being searched this morning, there's a lot of private properties around there. Are you looking at the properties as well?
Yep.
At the private properties, so you are searching those private properties?
Yeah, we are. So, to the members of the public that may see us in the area, they may be approached by us to access their properties. We just ask for their understanding and cooperation with what we're trying to achieve.
Has anyone said no yet?
No.
In regards to the triangulation of where the phone stopped communicating with those towers, are you able to say or give us an idea of the number of other phones that you've been able to match the ping at that same time in that same area? Or is that too early, or are you able to share any information on whether it's 1 or 2 people that are pinging at that same time, or it's 300?
again, at this stage, we can't share any information to that regard. We're still working with our Telstra or telecommunications technicians to establish phone movements and who else was in the area at the time.
What time did that happen?
I beg your pardon?
Notice how they're also only mentioning the phone pings and not the Apple Watch. Like, as I said, we know she had an Apple Watch on. We know what an Apple Watch can record. Yet they're only talking about the phone ping. And as I said earlier, we do know now that her phone and his phone both pinged at 5 o'clock the afternoon she went missing in the same area. So that's what the reporters, I think, are trying to get out of them there. Oh, Tabby, thank you so much. You're a darling.
Time did her phone ping last?
Again, we can't confirm that until we work through it with our telecommunications partners.
Once she's left her home in street, is there any idea where she went next and what sort of route she started to take, or is that just unknown at the moment?
That is unknown at this stage. I believe the last CCTV of her was exiting the front of her address, and beyond that, we're appealing for the public's help in relation to any CCTV that might show where she went.
And none of the family's vehicles are missing. That she didn't take her car with her?
No, we don't think so.
No. And are you able to give it? You've said that family reported her missing on Sunday. Are you able to narrow down that time? She left about 7. What time did they report her missing?
Yeah, look, she's a regular runner. Her movements Sunday morning were in line with what she'd normally do. She's normally due back from her run within a couple of hours, and the alarm bells went up when she didn't return from that run, and the family reported it.
Had she notified anyone before she left the home?
She's going, yeah, it's a regular movement for her to go for a run. That's all I do that, and the family are aware of that.
Is it regular for her to run to the current search area, considering it's about 14 kilometres from my home?
Look, her regular run is through that area. Concentrating search on only those.
But not as far as one.
Are you able to say how many hours it was before family members who went police made to the police? Was it an hour after she didn't come back, 2 hours, 4 hours?
No, look, she had an appointment that she was, a family commitment that she was expected to be at, and it was unusual for her not to be back in time for that. Right. That was reported to us.
Was she expected at brunch later on Sunday?
Does that CCTV from the home capture her leaving the address, or does it just capture her in the driveway of that morning?
It captures her leaving the address.
Okay, so Sunday, February 11th, as police downgraded the search, locals continued their own searches by scouring the area in small groups. What they are still doing, even up until today, I've heard that there's still locals out there looking. Monday, February 12th, Sin Hobbs, who's the administrator of Find Samantha Murphy Facebook group. So this group had over 15K of people in it. And thousands of the members within the days announced that she was removing the group as it had served its purpose. Now, my question is, how did it serve its purpose when Samantha hasn't been found? Do you know what I mean? We still don't know what happened, yet 6 days after she'd gone missing, they're just shutting the page. And they did. They closed it down, saying that it served its purpose. Like, I don't get that. What, hers and his phone pinged at 5 p.m. at the same location. Yeah. Yep. So it was in that Boingong area. What was the suburb next to theirs? Both his and her phone pinged at 5 p.m. So Tuesday, and that was the day that she went missing on the 4th, the phone pings were. Tuesday, February 13th, the Daily Mail Australia revealed that Miss Murphy's beloved dog Ruby had gone missing. I think the next one's a picture of Ruby. So this was her dog that she was really close to. Now, there are rumours that he got hit by a car, and there are also rumours that he got... Do you mean that they put him down? So it was another... Do you mean for those poor kids that have already lost mum, they've now lost one of their family pets as well. I put this one in just to show you the area. Do you mean this is basically the area around? It's beautiful, but you can see how condensed it is as well. Just the bushland around it. So Wednesday, February 14th, Victorian Police Chief Commissioner Shane Patton confirms that the detectives are treating Miss Murphy's disappearance as suspicious. Detectives from Victorian Police Missing Persons Unit spent an hour at the Murphy family property, and that's when it was revealed that Ruby had passed, or that they had put her down. Friday, February 16th, Miss Murphy's uncle and aunt, who was Alan and Jance Robertson, tell the Daily Mail that they believe their niece was a victim of foul play. And this is when, do you know what I mean, everything started turning as well.
Yes, Kitty Witty.
Sorry, I'm just... Oh, wow, yep, that boing, I'm not too far from Ballarat. Poor Ruby and the kids, yep. So it was in the Boyngong area that, yeah, both their phones had pinged from, and that's what the reporters were trying to get out of them, about the phone pings, because it was 5 p.m. So she's gone missing between 7 and 9 in the morning. Why is... This is just my questions. Why is her phone and his phone pinging in the same suburb at 5 p.m. that afternoon?
Yep.
It just sends questions. So these are just some pictures of the searches that I've just put in. So Miss Robinson's theories: the mother was targeted by a stalker, saying that I would say that somebody would have been watching her. I can't think it would be anything else. Do you mean we've got to find too, when we, especially being a runner, creatures of habit. Do you know what I mean? When you do the same thing, people do watch, and it's where people have to be careful. He called the police at 11. He called them at 12. He called them at 11. So she was due to... She left the house at 7. She was due back at 9. 11 o'clock was when she had the brunch with family. And because she didn't turn up, that's when the husband called the police at 11 p.m. 11 a.m., sorry. Hi, Mrs. T. How are you, my darling? Good to see you here. Oh, more and more. Sus with everything you're finding. It's crazy. It is. So, Monday, February 19th, Mick issued a public plea saying that he wanted Sam home. Did that just add you to stage? Yep. He claims that his family are doing the best that they can under the circumstances. As I said, that he's not really helping police, though. Thursday, February 21st, dozens of detectives from the specialist unit are assigned to the case as well.
Do we know what specialist units they assigned?
No.
Or are they not
It'd just
saying?
be more... It would probably be more coming from Melbourne, I'd say, more like higher detectives. because now's when they started
Okay.
looking at it being suspicious. Do you know what I mean? They've now worked out that she hasn't just hurt herself and fallen on a trail. So I'd say it'd just be more detectives coming from Melbourne. Yeah, go.
Oh, they according to the I think it was the article or one of the articles I put up in the Facebook group. They've now ruled out mental health and falling falling like over. They've ruled those two out, which no, the other thing was vanishing, her just vanishing and leaving. So that leaves us really with only one possibility.
Yeah. It has been released. There is an article because I know I read one. I think it was the Courier Mail had it. I can't find it again now because I've gone looking for it, but I will find it again. If I find it, I'll put it in our Facebook page. But yeah, there is an article from the Courier Mail that has spoke about the pings, but they're just trying to get the police to confirm it. And of course, the police don't want to because that's giving out evidence, and Australian police won't do that. Thank you so much for becoming a member. So this one, hey?
I just want to ask, is it because of that ping information the Facebook group was shut down? Like, wasn't there a Facebook group?
I don't know. It was in there. The information was in there about the pings, but do you mean, as I said, 6 days after it, they just said their purpose had been done, and it was actually the biggest Facebook page on this case. So
Wow.
I think the closest was 5K. What's the next one that I'm in? But there was like over 15K of people in that group that shut down. It was only open for the first 6 days, and then they just shut it.
Yeah, that's a bit suspicious.
Okay, so this is another one that was done on the 23rd of February by the police. It was the latest update, I should say.
Yeah, good morning everyone. We're here today to provide an update in relation to the police investigation into the disappearance of Samantha Murphy. I can confirm that the missing persons squad are the lead in relation to this investigation, and they have been supplemented with additional specialist detectives from across Crime Command to help them through the investigation. Today we're undertaking a search in the Mount Clear area in relation to an area of interest to our investigation. I can confirm that we have identified that Samantha did leave home on the morning of the 4th of February 2024 at just after 7 a.m. We believe she then travelled on foot into the Canadian State Forest, where she embarked on a run for a period of time and made her way to the Mount Clear area. Today,
Or as we know, it was in the Bouillon area, what is apparently a suburb that's close to their home. So we don't know exactly where, we just know the area. Australian police hold everything close to their chest. This is the specialist units I found on Google: sex crimes, counter-terror, fraud, armed robbery divisions, and a bush tracking expert to assist the investigations into Miss Murphy's disappearance. I do have a little bit of one of the bush tracking experts that came in. We will be showing him as well.
that search being undertaken in the Mount Clear area
Oh, the bush
will
tracking unit.
involve staff from our missing persons squad, other investigators, and other specialist searching resources within Victoria Police. We will be looking for anything that may give us evidence as to what may have happened in that area on the day. I might throw to questions if there are any.
What's led police to this area?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
What's led police to this area today?
So the intelligence we've received from our phone data has led police to this area in Mount Clear.
Is that data something that you've only just uncovered?
We've been working through our phone data since missing persons took on the investigation, which was the day after Samantha was reported missing.
And how big is the area you'll be searching today?
That I can't say. It's a fairly small area in the bigger scheme of things. The area that Samantha ran in on the morning, we have searched extensively, particularly in the first week of the operation, and that didn't yield anything at the time in relation to her.
How many people able to get any information from the Apple Watch?
I can't comment on specifics in relation to our investigation, but what I can say, we're looking into absolutely everything and every possible scenario.
Are you able to say how you're certain she did run in that area? As in, have you seen her running on more CCTV that's not been released to the public? Has someone seen her? How do you know that?
So the CCTV we do have is her leaving her home address, as I mentioned during the last interview. As far as her movements in the bush, we don't have any CCTV relating to that.
But how do you know she went running into the bush and wasn't just taken there, picked up and taken there?
Again, in relation to the intelligence we received from the phone data, would indicate that she was on foot at the time.
This area people will be searching on the ground today.
Big yours?
How many people will be searching on the ground?
We've got approximately 20 to 30 people searching today. But again, I just want to clarify that any intelligence leading us to conduct further searches will be undertaken on a regular basis if that intelligence points us in that direction.
What conditions are the searchers facing today?
It's pretty extensive bushland. There are some tracks and some roads. So one thing I'd like to appeal for is anyone that may have seen vehicles or people acting suspiciously in that area on the morning of the 4th of February to please contact Crime Stoppers.
Is Mick Murphy a suspect?
We have a number of people that we are speaking to, and I can say that the family have been absolutely fantastic in cooperating with police.
Is he a suspect?
At this stage, he is not.
Has anyone else in the family been identified as a suspect?
We're looking into a number of people from information that we have received, and all I can say is that our avenues are taking us down certain directions, and we're following everything.
Is Mick a person of interest?
Everyone in relation to Samantha is a person of interest. In our investigation, we are speaking to everyone that was in her life.
Those people that you identified, are they also in her family?
As I said, our investigation involves speaking to everyone in Samantha's life. So that would include family, friends, and work colleagues and everyone.
But do you have anyone that you would class as a suspect?
At this stage, I can't comment on specifics of our investigation, and again, we are looking into absolutely everything we possibly can to find out what happened to Samantha.
The police have said that one or more parties are likely to be involved in her disappearance. What led you to that rationale?
So part of our missing persons investigations is eliminating what may or may not have happened. So on the particular day, we have ruled out that she suffered any sort of medical episode, and we have no information to suggest that she left the area of her own accord. So we then start looking at other possible scenarios which may have led her to be missing.
Was anybody home when she left that run?
Yes, there were people home.
Is the person or persons of interest involved in this likely to be all from the same area as Ms. Murphy?
That we don't know. I mean, we're looking into absolutely everything, and our investigation's ongoing, and I can't comment on specific details as to what we're looking at.
The people that were home, did they leave shortly after she left as well, or were they home for the rest of the day?
It's a difficult question. There's a lot of movements to and from the house during the day, and again, we're very, very confident that we have tracked all those movements and we are following up on everything.
Did Samantha Murphy's phone have, like, some of us will activate Google tracking so you can know exactly where she went? Do you know whether, or were you able to say whether that was activated or anything on her phone?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't comment on specifics relating to the phone data. That's part of our police methodology and something that we need to protect the integrity of during our investigation.
Are you able to say how long between she left home and got into the forest where she went?
I'm just going to go back with these chats for a minute. We don't know, it hasn't come out, but it wouldn't surprise me. I do know that they had a local business in the area. How long has she been missing? I'm not today. So, Mrs. T, she went missing on the 4th of February, so she's been missing for 24 days now.
3 weeks going on 4, Mrs. T.
Yeah.
Ozzy? Oh no, you're frozen, Aussie.
No, I'm here. Can you not hear me?
You there, Aussie?
Hang on, I'll
Yeah,
remove
you
my...
back?
Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can chat
So she
hear
went...
Aussie? Can you hear?
Can you hear me? Please tell me you can. Okay, Spirit Time said he can hear us both. So yeah, she went missing on the 4th of February. So it's 24 days she's been missing. They looked for the first 6 days and then they handed it over to missing persons, and police sort of stood back and have been doing their own investigation since then. I've heard so many things, but it's all speculation until anything
It's
is
hard.
confirmed. Yeah.
That's the thing, though. In Australia, we don't get discovery, so pretty much, unless it's officially stated in media or police, like official statements, we don't really get any concrete confirmation of anything.
Yeah.
So we're just going by news report, social media, and
These little updates that we get.
yeah.
Now? Yeah, we believe within an hour, so approximately an hour after she left home, she reached the Mount Clear area.
How long would her regular run go for? She's quite a runner.
Yeah, we haven't identified that she does run on a regular basis, and she does vary the distances that she runs. It is depending on the day, but on the particular day there is again a distance of approximately 7 kilometres, I think, from the home address to the Mount Clear area.
I mean,
There's a big community search happening this weekend. Is this something police are going to be involved in?
Police are not involved in that particular search, but anyone involved in that search, I do urge them, if they do find anything, to please contact police immediately.
Is the area being searched today that hasn't been scoured before?
No, this area was covered initially in the first week of our search, and it was covered extensively. What we're looking for today is particular smaller items which may indicate what happened to Samantha.
With Samantha Murphy,
They might not have been spotted the first time.
Well, we were looking for Samantha and her mobile phone and her watch at the time. So what we're looking for today is more intricate details of what may have happened on the day.
given Samantha Murphy didn't, you believe, didn't leave that area, by her own will, is there? Are you suggesting to the community that they ought to be cautious going out alone if you think perhaps some foul play has happened out there?
No, not at all. We have no intelligence or evidence to suggest that there's any risk to anyone else.
How many involved in today's search?
As I said, 20 to 40 people.
And you think it'll be done today? Finished today?
This particular aspect of our search will be done today. However, if there is more intelligence leading us to other searches, we will definitely do that.
Are you looking for the phone, or where you're looking for a body?
We're absolutely looking for a phone. We haven't yet found that. We're looking for a body. Again, however, that area has been searched for Samantha herself, and we have not found her in that area.
Are there any bikie links that you've uncovered?
I can't comment on specifics of the investigation at this stage.
Have police detected any other mobile phone signals in the area where you think Samantha's gone missing?
Again, that mobile phone data is something I can't comment in relation to police methodology.
The family's vehicle repair business, its financial status, is that an avenue of investigation for police?
Absolutely. We're looking into everything we possibly can to find out what happened to Samantha.
What has that uncovered, your investigation into the financial affairs?
I can't comment on that.
But is it an active part of the investigation still, given you've initially looked into it?
Absolutely.
In what way?
As I said, we're looking at absolutely every avenue of inquiry, and we will continue to do so until we find some answers.
Was the business healthy financially?
Again, I'm not commenting on that.
Do you think there's any chance Samantha is still alive?
See, they wouldn't comment on whether the business was healthy. So going back to, I think it was Kaz that asked about the business. Yeah. I mean, the fact that they're not going to comment on it kind of gives you your answer. I think, anyway.
It does.
Unfortunately, given the time and the fact that we found no trace of her, we do have severe concerns and are very doubtful that she's still alive.
Is it your belief that she's been
Hey?
Oh, it was Kitty who asked the financial thing. I just checked.
Oh.
moved from this area?
That is certainly a scenario that we're looking into.
Is that more likely that she's been removed?
Based on our elimination process, we do think that another party has been involved, whether it be one person or a number of people.
And
so again, anyone that has seen suspicious activity, whether it be cars or people in the area on the morning, we would hope they call Crime Stoppers, please.
Do you suspect it's more likely that this person or people are known to her?
Again, I can't comment on that. And to be honest, that forms part of our investigation, but it's a particular avenue that we can't comment on.
Do you expect to find the phone and Samantha in the same location?
That I can't answer.
The phone ping in Bunningyong, that initial one, is that something police believe still happened, given that's further out from where we are at the moment?
Yeah, all the phone data that we've gathered over the last 3 weeks, we're looking deeply into. So every avenue is being explored, including that ping that's been mentioned previously.
Are police in contact daily with the family, with Mick, for instance?
Yes, we are.
Every day?
Every day.
Just to do what?
To give them updates on the investigation, but to also obtain their assistance with our investigation.
How is the family doing at this point?
Obviously very upset. As time goes on, the chances of finding Samantha are being more limited. So they're very, very distraught, and we understand that.
You said you're looking for other details today, finer grained details. What do you mean? Do you mean sort of evidence of scuffles, or even footprints? Or are you looking for objects today, or you're looking for, I guess, evidence of movement?
We're looking at absolutely everything, so those will be things that we do look at. So yeah, any evidence of what might have happened to Samantha on that morning.
How many people do you think have been interviewed over this? 50 plus?
I can say that we've got over 12,000 hours of CCTV that we're currently reviewing, and we have over 500 pieces of separate information in relation to the investigation. So we've interviewed a number of people. The number, to be exact, I don't have at present, but there are a lot of people being spoken to.
Has everyone you've spoken to been forthcoming?
Sorry?
Sorry, has everyone that you've interviewed so far been forthcoming with police?
Yeah, I must say the Ballarat community have been absolutely fantastic, both in their search efforts, their support for our investigation, and also their cooperation with our investigation.
Almost 3 weeks. We're standing here still with all these questions. How do you categorise this level of mystery?
I can say this is an utmost priority for Victoria Police. We're throwing a lot of resources into it. We are searching when we get new intelligence, and absolutely it's our number one investigation at present.
Has Samantha's home been searched?
It has, to a certain extent, yes.
What extent is that?
Again, in relation to our investigation, I won't comment any further regarding specifics.
Have you seized Mick's mobile or any of his electronic devices?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Have any vehicles been seized by police?
We've looked at some vehicles. As far as seizure goes, I would say no.
Is today's search open-ended, or is this is there a set sort of end time, or does it depend on what happens today?
It is open-ended, but I anticipate we'll be done with our search in this particular area today. And if we do find further intelligence or evidence that lead us to further searches, we will certainly do that.
In terms of those vehicles, can you elaborate what those are and how they've come to police attention?
No, I can't.
Have any search warrants been executed in any properties in the area?
Again, they're particular aspects of the investigation I can't speak to.
Would you say no if it was no?
No comment.
Can you talk us through the extra resources that we heard about yesterday from Crime Command and where those detectives have come from?
Yeah, so they've come from a number of specialist areas, and they're detectives who are very experienced in what they do. They've been chosen because of their expertise in long, complex, protracted investigations. So we're looking at areas such as counter-terrorism command, sexual crime squad, local detectives and other crime command places. Those crime fiends aren't necessarily why they're there, it's because of their expertise in long-term investigations.
What classifies as a long-term investigation?
How long's a piece of string? Well, we'd like to resolve this as soon as possible, but we will do whatever we possibly can to find Samantha. So if it takes months, years, we'll do that.
What kind of assistance is your counter-terrorism police contributing to this investigation?
Again, their expert knowledge in relation to investigations in general. They are very experienced detectives and they work on long-term complex jobs, and we think this is one of them.
Why is this a complex investigation?
Well, we've got a lady who went missing in a rural area. A family are missing her, and there's been no trace of her thus far, so it is a complex investigation.
And that last visual sighting still is as she left her house?
Well, at present we have the CCTV of her leaving the house. As far as people seeing her in the forest, that's why we're here today, to appeal for anyone that may have information as to her movements. If you have seen her, we would hope that you would contact Crime Stoppers immediately.
Has anyone said that they have seen her in the forest?
We have over 500 pieces of separate information which we're looking into, and there has been various sightings of various people, and that's part of our investigation to work through who those people are. So yeah, we're working through all that information.
And you haven't turned up any other sightings on the big, the large amount of CCTV that you're looking through?
Not at this stage.
So of those people you've spoken with so far, do you believe that anyone truly did see her in the forest?
Again, I can't comment on that.
Why is that?
Because it's part of our police investigation, and I have to protect the methodology to a certain extent.
It's really a case of not what he's saying, but what he's not saying. If you listen, like
Exactly.
the things he won't comment on, the things he's keeping to his chest. It's just,
And how he says something but says nothing at the same time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Do you have any specifics of
I'm hanging.
Tabby, we don't know if there was a life policy on her. I'm assuming, in my opinion, there would be, but it hasn't been confirmed that there has. Oh, sorry. I was trying to do Kitty Bitty's one. So she was asking because the cards.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me
Yeah.
if there was financial motive in this.
So for people that don't know the area, this is a guy that's looking over a mine. Because as I said, there is a lot of mine shafts out that way that definitely need to be checked. But I just thought this will show a bit of what the area is like out there. Do you know what I mean? You can see just the area, what it's like, kind of thing.
Over the collar via single rope technique. So I've got about 5 or 6 to check that are very nearby. So this one's only about 10 meters or so. But you can see it's all choked up down the bottom. There's my feet. I'm going to go back up and we'll go to the next one.
And these are just more pictures of the people that are out searching for Samantha at the moment. Please stay safe. Thank you, my darling, for coming. And I do know that there are fires out there, so please, please stay safe. I want everyone to be safe.
Speaking of bushfires, for the international viewers, this case has happened during bushfire season, and
Yep.
that's
And especially around that area, there is a lot of fires at the moment.
that's a concern because of evidence potentially being destroyed, and yeah. Aussie knows the area better.
It's our summer, and the heat waves that we've had coming across Australia. I'm sure America had it a couple of months ago, but it is just insane. And as I said, we've had warnings for all the bushfires out around there because it's only an hour and a half from me. There's one thing I was talking to Spirit Time about last night. If they don't find her soon, I'm actually thinking of going for a drive out there. Not me drive, but go out there just to see and film some of the area for you, because it's not far from me at all. And a lot of these people too are just the locals that are volunteers. I mean, as we said, the police have sort of stopped looking. It's a lot of volunteers now that are still doing it, and they're still looking daily. These are the small photos of Samantha.
Is that a grandchild she's with? Do you know, or just?
I think it might be, because her children are teenagers to 20.
Ah.
So, unless they're old pictures. I mean, this one here looks a bit older because he definitely doesn't look like that now, but we blurred all the faces out of the children.
Yeah.
So that's just her missing poster again.
Is there any better quality of that image with the watch? I'm just thinking maybe if we can zoom on it, we could look at the current Apple Watches and see if maybe we can figure out the model.
You can't see the difference. I'm going to remove that. I'll show you what I mean. Anyone that knows me, I am a huge Apple fan. So this is
nice.
This is a 3rd generation watch.
Okay.
This is the one that my husband got me for Christmas. What is the newer version?
Nice. Okay.
Tell the difference.
The screen, bigger screen, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's brought me the bigger screen, but that's what I mean. There's not a lot of difference in the watches.
Is the bigger screen
when you buy the screen? When you buy the watch, you pick the screen you want. So you can get a bigger screen or a smaller screen. Do you mean it's why Spirit Time brought me the bigger screen, because I couldn't see the littler one? But that's what I mean. Just by looking at a watch, you can't tell the generation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense now. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah. So
so even if we looked at it, we couldn't tell. You need the actual data.
You need to actually have to know what ones you had. I mean, even all your bands can be different. You can choose bigger screens, smaller screens. So now another thing we do know, and I was going to pull it up, but I'm not going to have time because I've got to go get my granddaughter soon. There was a runner. There was a camper who saw Samantha the day before she went missing. It was another report in the Daily Mail. I will put it in our Facebook group, so make sure you're in our Facebook group. But she actually saw Samantha and was reporting about a weird person being around the bush at the time as well. Another thing, there is just 2 more things I want to show, but I'm going to have to share my screen. And I found this, and I just found it was very interesting. Let Let me pull it up. Give me a second.
Oh, they've had a tip. Are you going to play that a current affair or no? You've run out
Yeah,
of time.
I'm going to play that after this one. I'm just loading up the tunnels. So one thing I found, and as I said, this was just curiosity that got me. I'm going to stop my cam because I don't want it to play up on me. But there's actually a lot of tunnels around Ballarat or underneath Ballarat.
Yikes.
It's only a short, but I just wanted to play it so that you can see it.
Ugh. Whoa. Do they mean, Ozzy, quick question. Is
Yeah.
Maryborough, do they mean Maryborough in Queensland or Maryborough in Melbourne?
In Victoria here.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just around the area. I thought it was just interesting to mention.
Ugh, creepy.
And it just kind of gives us again the area that we're looking at as well. Other than that, we do have one more bit. Now, this was from a current affair that Mac J found just before we went live. So I am going to play it before we go.
Oh, trigger warning, it does mention SO. It mentions an SO. For anyone who might be triggered by that. Yeah.
Hang on, I'm just trying to pause it so I can. And I've got my cat meowing at the door because he wants to come in. I'll see if I can set this up first. Give me a second. Present. Share screen. Why did that go off? Is that on there yet?
I doubt they've taken it down. Oh, we got it.
We got it, yep.
In Ballarat, Victoria. Sam, police have declared everyone is a person of interest.
That's right, Ali, and that includes Samantha's most inner circle, so her friends, her family, her loved ones, as well as her business acquaintances. And police say that is standard practice. Everybody will be considered a person of interest until they can be eliminated from this very large investigation. Police, though, today did tiptoe around questions about whether they've got a suspect in mind. They were asked point blank whether Samantha's husband, Mick Murphy, and police said not at this stage. The spotlight, though, tonight is shining on the family business, a smash repair shop where both Mick and Samantha work. We know that police have been there. They've taken away a number of items of interest, and police are looking at whether that business and its finances could potentially be linked in any way to Samantha's disappearance. The spotlight is also on the Murphy family home in Ballarat here as well. I have been told by police today that on the day that Samantha vanished, there were a number of movements to and from that property, and police say that's something that they are also now following up on.
Well, missing for 20 days, it seemed very unlikely Samantha would be found alive, but to have that confirmed by detectives today must have been so hard for the family and those who are still desperately searching for her.
It really is the news, Ali, that everybody here just hoped would not come. Police confirming today that they believe at least one person, potentially more than one person, is involved in Samantha Murphy's disappearance, although detectives did stress that at this stage there's nothing to suggest that the community at large is under any risk. Still, people here in Ballarat are just refusing to give up hope. We know that there is a massive community search planned for tomorrow. I've just spoken with one of the organisers of that search. They've just had a meeting and they're expecting between 300 and 400 people to turn up here, splitting off in smaller groups and looking for anything that might help police find what happened to Sam. So that response from the community, just incredible.
And detectives are also speaking with known criminals in the area for any leads, Sam.
Here we go, guys. Trigger warning.
Yeah, I can reveal tonight, Ali, that as part of this very large investigation, police have been looking into and speaking to violent criminals following a number of tip-offs to Crime Stoppers. Among them, I understand, is a sex offender who lives locally. I've been told that detectives a few days ago spoke with him for several hours, and that man has provided an alibi to police, and that is now being corroborated. I must stress that at this stage, there is absolutely nothing to suggest this man or anybody else police have spoken to have had anything whatsoever to do with Sam's disappearance. But it does show you how widely police are casting their net and how they are running at every single lead. We're told more than 500 bits of information that police are looking at and hoping to eliminate from their investigation.
All right, Sam, I know that the police are also looking into whether her body may have been moved, and that search you talked about tomorrow, that's made up mainly of women, a lot of mothers who still haven't given up hope that Samantha Murphy will be fine. Really appreciate that update, Sam. Thank you.
Yes, we would have probably had a proper trigger warning, but I found this like at the last minute.
Yeah,
So,
that was
yeah.
very... But as we said, the locals are still out there looking very hard for her, as you just heard, up to 300 people at a time. They are asking people to be safe, obviously keeping groups, because we don't want more people out there hurt. And if it is someone else other than someone in her family, do you know what I mean? Obviously, we don't want anyone else attacked. And the bushfires obviously are a major concern because they're all around the area as well. So they are asking people to be careful. I think there are registering little groups that are going out. As we've seen in some of the pictures, there was people registering themselves as well.
Yes.
But that's about all that we had for you today. We will keep you updated as more comes out about it. But I do want to thank Mac J for joining me. I want to thank everybody for coming. Now, I just have one more thing to share. If I can find it. Or if my computer lets me open it. It might be quicker on my phone. I know a lot of people here are members of Tammy Wells' channel, and she has a live tonight about Gypsy Rose that she's doing. So I'm just going to share the link. Okay, it was quicker on my phone. I just want to share the link. It's at 7 o'clock. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 5, about 5 more hours. She is doing one on Gypsy Rose. So I do want to share that in case people are looking for something a bit later to watch. We do got to finish our Gypsy Rose one. I do have Nick's interrogation ready to go. We'll probably make that our next one, Mac J.
Yes.
Because we've been promising it for so long.
We
just
have.
wanted to we just
Mike,
jump to this one.
isn't that
Yep.
Mike, his hearing or some sort of, isn't he speaking on some sort of channel on the 3rd of March or something?
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
I am keeping my eye on it all, but I really do want to go over his interrogation. As I said, we found a really good copy of the audio that we've got permission to use, so we're going to use that. I don't know exactly. I'll have to get with Mac J on what day we're going to do it, because at the moment everything's everywhere here. Do you mean I have Spirit Time home in a boot at the moment? For those that do you mean no, we spoke about, I think, in the last one, that he hurt himself at work. He's now, we know he's got a torn ligament in his ankle and a bulging fracture there as well. So he's been put in a moon boot. He was put in it for a week, and we went back yesterday, and they've now gave him another 4 weeks. And if it doesn't heal in the next 4 weeks, they're then going to send him to a fracture clinic. So I get his lovely companionship for the next 4 weeks, what I'm excited about to have. But that's about it. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for the new subscribers that came in. Thank you, everyone who rejoined their membership and had their milestones today. It's really appreciated. I know Spirit Time mentioned we are working on getting a Discord for the members. It's not going to be compulsory, because I know some people have big things with Discords. It's not going to be a drama Discord. It's just going to be like a little members one for members to join. But we are, Spirit Time's working on that for me. I'm not that technology to do all that. He's doing all of that side. I am also working on doing my weekly one on my condition, so that should be out by the weekend. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, I have a Discord account, but I don't know how to use it. So
I'm in a few. I don't go in there a lot. I'm really bad with Discord. But yeah, Spirit Time's trying to set one up for our members. So once he gets it set up, I'll start sharing the link for that. But other than that, thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Mac J. I really got to get going because I've got to go get my granddaughter. But yeah, thank you, everyone, and we'll see you all next time.
see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There's too much that's going on, I don't know what to do. Paralyzed by options in this world, can't pick and choose. Yeah, everybody's life is on display, including you. Yeah, I feel every day is just the same, stuck in a loop. I need some variety, I'm sick of this anxiety. I'm sick of this society, they make us feel a rivalry. Compare ourselves to others, but we all got different mothers. We were raised in different structures, so we're different, it's no wonder, yeah. I just want a great life, something where I feel like I just didn't waste time. Something I look back and say that was a great time. Cause man, I just hate when the years pass by the wayside. Yeah. You better watch out now, I figured something